Hello, it's time for another read out project. For this one, I've gone to Project Gutenberg to find Captain Blood by Raphael Sabatini. I was going to read The Scarlet Pimpernel, but I went to Goodreads and I looked at the very tepid reviews, and a podcaster that I follow said, well, you know, the Baroness was no Raphael Sabatini. So I went, oh, well, let's go take a look at Raphael Sabatini and see what he has. It's a little less known of a name for me. And one of the top books of his was Captain Blood, an adventure book. So what I do at the beginning of my readouts is, because I'm doing it at Gutenberg, and most times those copies, very inexpensive, completely free, they don't have introductions. So I just sort of make my own introduction video. So yes, this is Captain Blood by Raphael Sabatini. It was published in 1922. Raphael Sabatini is an Italian-English writer of romance and adventure novels, born in 1875, died in 1950. Best known for The Seahawk, Sacramouche, Belerion the Fortunate, and Captain Blood. He was a professional writer for what looks like for his entire adult life. Produced 34 novels, 8 short story collections, 6 nonfiction books, and various other things. He was born in Italy to an English mother and an Italian father. His parents were opera singers who became teachers. He was proficient in 5 languages by the time he was 17, and he came to England and quickly added English as a 6th language, which is what he wrote all his works in. His first novel came out in 1902, but it wasn't until 1921 that he actually scored his first big success with Sacramouche, and that was followed with Captain Blood in 1922. His books have been adapted both in films, both silent and talkies. With Captain Blood, so Sabatini apparently based his historical fiction as closely as possible on history. The first part of the story is based closely on Henry Pittman, who is a surgeon who attended the wounded Monmouth rebels who were attempting to overthrow James II of England. He was sentenced to death, but his sentence was commuted to penal transportation to Barbados. He was captured by pirates, but didn't end up joining them. Captain Blood, this is Captain Peter Blood. For the pirate sections, he used several models. It seems like most notably he used Henry Morgan, who, if you're familiar with your rum, apparently that's where the Morgan's rum, that brand, is based upon. This Henry Morgan was a Welsh privateer. He raided settlements and shipping on the Spanish Main. Used his I guess ill-gotten gains, or well, I guess they weren't that ill-gotten gain, to purchase sugar plantations, where he was big old slave owner and did participate in trying to subdue, murder, rebelling slaves. So definitely, not a complete bastard by all standards of today, but of course at the time that kind of stuff was rewarded. So that's the background of Captain Blood. So it'll be interesting to see, reading the book of, based on various models, how much the history bleeds in. Definitely Henry Morgan is one of these figures that is not seen as a positive figure by the modern day peoples of Jamaica, many of whom's ancestors would have been enslaved by Henry Morgan, purchased by Henry Morgan, tried to be savagely put down by the likes of Henry Morgan and the like. So it'll be interesting to see in the thing. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be reading out for the next little while. We'll start off with chapter 1 next. All right, that's my intro to Captain Blood by Raphael Sabatini.